Hi everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you so much for being on the latest Let's Play video on my channel. This time we're playing a game in its early access on Steam that's going to be interesting to all of you railroad fans and railroad aficionados. It's called basically a really simple name that I really love, Loco. It's a model railway simulator. So Loco Railway is a basic way how you can create a model railway out of nothing. Here's the basic setup. As you can see, this is the building menu where you can change and look at different types of building elements, tracks, but also depots, stations, and everything else. So this is the first thing you'll probably notice. The models are really awesome. You can choose from a variety of different ones, and you can switch them up easily, all the while being able to rotate, set them up. As I say, the visuals are amazing, the design and the level of detail rocks, as well as the ability to actually influence the world and add different elements to it. So from your simple things like a huge mound with a tunnel in it, that wasn't a symbol, that was actually a huge element. From huge elements to really small ones and individual tracks is basically all present in the game. Also, the really cool thing about the editor is the fact that you can change and delete things quickly and effectively through mouse commands. And as you can see, there is a setup of all the commands you can use, including deletion and exchange of elements, all of which are present here as well. So with a few simple clicks you can add, you can remove, or you can add again, all the while you build your railway model and the world around it. So I added a whole bunch of tracks here. I'm going to go with a new setup, a simpler one, and I'm going to connect a simple one part track. So I'm putting this one here, and you can select the nodes, connect them, and here you have your basic circle. Now I'm going to underline this a couple of times. The game is in its early development, so not everything is really polished, and you have some weird things that happen from time to time, but this is clearly the result of much love and much affection. So it's going to be something that many will enjoy if they're into model railways. For now, I'm just going to put up a simple setup with a single station, which is going to be parallel to the present track. Let's see if I can do it. No, there's not enough space here. Let me try to make another one really close by, and see how does that feel like or look like. I'm going to connect these two nodes, and they're passing through this track, so I'm going to delete this one, and this is my basic railroad. As you can see, the whole setup is right here, and you can actually start with that and nothing more. I'm going to add some cosmetic elements later on, but for now this is going to be my entire railway. I know, not huge, but it's a start. I don't see myself as a big railroad builder type of guy, so I'm going to start out small. Again, I have to notice the precision and the level of details in the models, which is awesome, and I'm going to go with finish to have my railroad ready. So here is my new setup. It's the throttle. It's something that I can use to actually add buildings or add wagons and locomotive, which I'm going to do a bit later. Now I'm just going to show you some buildings that can be placed next to the track or on the track. I'm going to show you some more. Again, the level of detail, amazing. So this is kind of a block of houses from the kind of late 19th century England, I'm guessing, or the UK. I'm going to place it here. Also, another building is, I'm guessing that this is some kind of a pump. I'm not actually sure. It looks a bit like a cauldron of some kind. Let's place another building here. As you can see, you can easily rotate them. Okay, I know this is some way to charge the locomotives with, I'm guessing, I'm thinking this was a steam engine thing when you had to pull water or pour water into the locomotives. Not sure actually what's it representing here. Another house. I'm going to add one more building or a few more buildings. Another. This is amazing. For example, you have your entire church that you can also place wherever you want, and as you can see, it looks amazing. So definitely the highlight of the game in this alpha phase right now is the building ability and the building quality. So let's check out a couple of more of these. Here's a small cart. This is something that a railway depot would have, and it blends immediately here. So it's almost like an item thing. A station, telephone booth, more houses, more cosmetic elements, outhouses, barrels, even a train signaling mast. I'm going to go through all of them now. Huts, different houses, ruins, and we're back at the beginning. So if you're into building small models, you can see why this looks so amazing. Now I'm going to delete a few of these and actually use that moment to set the train in motion. So we added a building. Let's add the locomotive. Here it is, and with it the game is basically ready. I'm going to just do a quick lap around the track I made. So it goes through the first element and it takes off to the second one right now. So here's a catch. As you can see, it's moving through the field. It's away from the actual track at this point. It's something that's an issue in this build, alpha build, but I'm sure that right now it's immediately back on track. It's something that the developers are focusing on presently, and it's going to be corrected or developed soon enough. So as you can see, the curvature is what is pushing the locomotive out of the track, but it's going to get back onto it right here. As it does, I'm going to add some wagons. So you can see this type of wagon, this a large option, which is kind of what you expect from a game like this. And I'm going to wait for the locomotive once it gets here, so I can link it with this kind of a fuel wagon once the locomotive gets close. Another really cool element is the physics. As you can see, the physics are really good. It's really light, really measuredly introduced and measuredly used, which is awesome to see in a game like this. Clearly, if you're building a model railway, you want to see the best physics you can get. I'm going to add another cart or another wagon back here. Let's scroll through all of them. You can even see these kinds of specialized ones. As I said, this one includes a living cow, so I'm going to place it here. Did I misplace it? Probably a little bit. And let's go backwards. So the locomotive picks it up as well. Again, you can see the physics. I'm going to stop it a bit here. Did it connect? Presently not, so probably, let's see if I can connect it now. Nope. Okay, let's go forward then, and I'm going to delete it. If I can, looks like I can't right now. Maybe if I select, no, it's just placing additional ones. So this is also expected from a game in this early phase. Again, I'm going to stop now. See the links, how they maneuver or come into place. By clicking on them, I simply decouple the wagon. So let's see the locomotive move backwards and actually pull this cart. And it works perfectly. So I'm going to stop now. I'm going to decouple this, and I'm going to see what happens when I move backwards at this point. Here are my wagons. Hopefully they pinball together, and as you can see, they're all moving graciously backwards. Yes, they're going away from the track, but they're actually following the correct pathway. So the assets simply need to be aligned, which they become at this point right here. And I'm going to stop the locomotive right there, and we can see the inertia pushing the carts backwards. So all in all, I have to say that this alpha build is not perfect. It has its flaws, it has its elements, but as you can see, Loco Railroad is a work in progress. But it's some work in progress. To be honest, this game presently, with a higher level of polish, which includes taking care of the elements I mentioned and probably some more, provides a really excellent type of a deal for anyone who's into building small railways and loves railways in general, because hey, just the level of detail, the visuals are already there, well above anything that you would call average. So even the lighting, even the whole clarity of the visual design is something that probably all model railway fans love. I have a super hard time saying railway, so every time I'm doing it, I'm kind of thinking about a railway too many else, or I'm just dumb. In any case, clear design, a lot of potential, awesome thing. The game has really an awesome element that clicks immediately with anyone who's into building simulations of any kind. If you love railways, along with that, you're going to love it. But the developers need to move it past the early alpha stage. Once they do, already now, you need to check out this game, because it is one of the more promising railway simulators I saw recently. Not that I really looked for a large amount of railway simulators, but this is, from a game design point of view, a really excellent start. So Loco Railways, check it out, it's on Steam, link is in the description below. If you love railways, you need to watch this game as it develops, or get the early alpha build and start early and basically help in development by giving some feedback to the developers as well. This is all from me. Thank you so much for watching my video of Loco Railroad, and hopefully you'll subscribe if you're a first time viewer, or watch some of my other videos. Until the next one, thank you again for watching. I hope I'll see you on my next video, and bye bye.